Well, some updates now on the prices of fuel across the country, where it's a negligible relief for the citizens on the issue of the soaring prices. Today again, petrol has decreased by 6 paise to the litre, while diesel's down by 5 paise. Today is the third day in a row when prices have been cut by a mere few paise, making very little difference. But the trend of the upward prices has certainly ended, but the drop has merely been negligible. Well, so these are the new updates in terms of the petrol prices. We have been tracking them right here on Mirror now. Remember, there was a 16-day non-stop increase in fuel prices across the country, and now we've seen for the third day prices have gone down, if only just by a few paise. Let's go across to Hina Gambhir joining us on the phone line. Hina, there has been a lot of talk from the government about, putting measures in place to ensure that the burden on the common man is reduced, but drops of 5 and 6 paise are really going to have little impact.
Well, that's right. Now what we are seeing is that, every single day since last 3 days, this is the third day in a row when the oil marketing companies have started reducing the fuel prices. Now it's happening only by 5 or 6 paise per litre per day. First day, of course, it was only by 1 paise per litre. But if you notice, then the increase that we saw in 16 days post that Karnataka election freeze, the increase was by almost 30 to 35 paise per litre, but the drop is around 5 to 6 paise per litre. So this is something which definitely is a bit strange, because now fuel prices have started coming down as well. Another important thing is that the government is still working on some sort of a formula, a long-term formula to provide relief to the Aam Aadmi from rising fuel prices, because that still hasn't happened. And we are being told by our sources within the oil ministry that at least excise duty is not going to get cut. They are looking at some sort of a way from the producer side, and here I'm talking about the involvement of the likes of ONGC and Oil India to help the government in easing the burden. So those kind of discussions are still happening. Let's see how soon the government announces some sort of a formula to ease the Aam Aadmi's fuel price pain.
Right, Hina, they're reporting that story for us. No decision yet from the government, or as Hina pointing out, perhaps it will be shifted on to the oil marketing companies to try and ease the burden. Thanks, Hina, for joining us.